What do I know about the article? What article? What did y'all do?
Joy, you gonna bring it up, girl? Did you know? Okay, but we live. Hello, everyone. It's my T. Callie and Joy pre-PhD. We're here to talk about Huntsville, Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 14. Are we that far in? Wow.
I know, right?
Oh, Atlanta, new tricks. That's what I wrote. Anyway, I'm gonna play our intro. I'm gonna stop laughing, hopefully, and then we're gonna get into it.
Good head and way, good sex, good chemistry, good life, I property, good nights and memory, good, make mama proud, quiet while I'm working, so I'm mastermind and smoking mine. Big old house, big old mouth, big old bag, big old fountain, big ass check, bank account. Now everybody good, like I said they would be, everybody good.
Hey, everybody good. We good over here. All right, anyway, how is everybody doing today? All right, so we're going to start off.
Hi, Velma.
Hey, Velma.
Hi,
everybody's on. Y'all come, talk to us. We love to hear your comment. Hey, Dr. Leslie, what you doing, girl? Anyway, so how would you rate this episode? Joy, you want to go first on a 1 to 10?
What was this one about?
The wine.
Oh, this part too. I'm giving it a 7, 8.
All right. What about you, Callie?
I'm giving it a 10.
Oh, wow.
Look, honey, Uncle Holtz was in the building.
So what do y'all think? Everybody who's here, 7, 5. Okay. We got this. So I think it was about a 7. I enjoyed it. I did not miss those Scott's family. I know everybody loves one of them people, but I was kind of happy to not have them. Yet I just saw that. I wish I would have showed that.
Yeah.
Dr. Leslie gave it a 9. Tori gave it an 8. Hey, Antoinette. All right.
Hey, Antoinette.
So Martell comes in and it shows him. And Tori's like, what does it start with? Because she messages me to figure out, make sure she got the right one because she watch it on a different platform. But we ain't going to talk about that. And so I was like, Martell looked like Coming to America. So did y'all like this outfit? Hit or miss?
No. You know what? It's not that it's a bad outfit. And Martell is definitely handsome. It just looked cheap or something like, let me run down here to the after Easter sale at the red thrift store on the corner. And I'm just going to grab one of the girls' capes. And it just didn't look.
What animal is that?
I think it looks like a squirrel. I ain't sure.
A squirrel. Do you like it, Joy, since this is your friend?
Who?
Martell.
Do you like this outfit on him?
It looks fine.
You like the little dead animal?
He think he's suave, girl, and debonair. Leave the brother alone.
When he walked down and Chris saw him, Chris did like.
It looked like some Jerome would wear from.
It was a mess.
From Mars.
It was a muskrat. Okay, I agree with that.
Right, the muskrat.
Do y'all hear a buzz?
I do.
Do you?
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Let me unplug and see.
Okay.
I don't hear. Do y'all hear it listening?
I'm finna restart my computer.
Okay. Do y'all hear buzz, people?
I sure do.
I don't hear anything. So, okay. So Sandy said she was happy to, yes, we're going to get into that. All right. So Martell comes down.
Latoria said it's a chinchilla. Okay.
That's not a chinchilla, honey.
Hey.
Joy, Latoria said Martell had on a chinchilla.
Joy, somebody simply said, Joy, you know that, but that's her boy.
I mean, I mean, if it was me, I would have told him to put a shirt underneath. It was weird that he had a shirt underneath.
That was not
He
a
likes
chinchilla. That was
going
a
low
musk.
on the buttons. He
But,
likes showing cleavage.
Well, I don't think he has any distributors because then Chris asked him, "Can people order Inez wine?" And he said, "There's not we don't have distributors yet."
that ain't. I mean, you have to realize that Melanie don't either. She packing her stuff and
Yeah.
that she personally packed. Robin from Potomac packs.
They packs their stuff.
Wine might be a little different though. I don't know.
But maybe you can't do wine that way. Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. It might not be as easy as to send the
Well, I
bottles to
mean,
his.
I'm sure they box it already in ones or twos. I don't know.
I don't know how wine works.
I would imagine if he had, thousands of orders, maybe he would distribute it. I can see, you know what I'm saying, until you get up to, because you have to think about even Stormy. The average person that makes those home products, they started off in their garage.
Yeah, they do it themselves.
Until it gets too big.
Wine is different though, I think. Because most people
I don't know nothing about wine. I would just imagine because it's a bottle, it would have to be packaged differently. Right. So wine don't have to be refrigerated.
Not especially not a red wine.
I don't know.
Sometimes we do keep white wine on ice, but not red.
How much was it a bottle?
I've heard from $30 to $60. But I don't know. I didn't sign up for it because I don't drink wine.
I didn't even think it was for sale yet. That's why I didn't put his wine on.
I think you could have put your email in to get updates.
Saw that it was for sale. It's for sale now.
Oh, it is. Do you know how much?
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, so Callie's gonna look that up. So when he did his speech, so we found out that Melnika is really Mel 1.0. I do hear an echo now. Is it me?
It's gone.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Mel 1.0. Did she drop the ball on not helping him prepare a speech as a manager?
Well, we don't know she didn't help. We don't know she didn't help, but was Martell listening? I mean, because he was a little tipsy. So maybe she did help and we got what we got and not what he was
that thing wasn't even
rehearsed to say.
Maybe it was forced by the producers.
Because so you think he wasn't gonna speak at all?
Why would he have spoke? The whole thing was just them sitting around talking and drinking a wine.
Because
he had already thanked everybody for coming. I wouldn't have necessarily, because it wasn't even like it was a true line, because you can't even buy it now.
But it should have been okay. This is just me. When you have a product and you're trying to, and it's new, you want to give people the backstory on it. So he should have at least been able to say, "This is my wine. This is Inez wine. It's from my grandmother. She da 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 da." Like
how do you know he didn't know?
It didn't look like it because
they didn't show it. That's why we saw.
So you think they just showed the bad stuff?
Well, I'm saying I don't remember seeing the uncle when they were sitting around talking about the wine, and they was getting the information.
Uncle Sam, which I'm gonna show.
About
I agree. He was supposed to talk about the product. That's what I was saying too. He's supposed to give a speech. You are. So I feel like he should have. It's like, because even Marceau said it, that you can tell that Melody was the speaker in the relationship. And then when they did the flashbacks, you could see that she was probably the voice of a lot of stuff, and he maybe have been the muscle on a few things. So Melnika, I feel like, should have had a speech for him. Do y'all think it was wrong for the uncle to be mad?
Absolutely. No. I do.
Do you?
Selfish as all get out.
His mama even said it was.
I want you to kind of think about this. He wants to be acknowledged for his nephews.
He didn't want to be acknowledged.
He did want. I think he was upset that he didn't call him up there.
He wanted his mother to be acknowledged. He said
that too.
How can you not say that if his grandmother wasn't acknowledged and it's named after the grandmother?
What do you mean? How can you say it? The grandmother it's my mother, and that's all you gonna do is mention those little drunken words you said, which really didn't say anything at all about
what I'm saying to you is, what would make him get up there saying a thank you speech to mention the grandmother if he had possibly mentioned that when they were sitting at the table?
Because if it was mentioned when they were sitting at the table, then the uncle wouldn't have been mad about it because it would have already been said.
And so sitting at what table? What are y'all talking about? What table?
If we're trying to guess what they talked about at a conversation we weren't even privy to, then we wouldn't know what to expect.
What table are y'all talking about?
When he was sitting around drinking the wine with the ladies.
But that's a different event. I thought one was in Atlanta and this one was somewhere else. This
was
a
different one.
Yeah, the ladies no, this was a different one. Because all these people had on red. And Melnica had on a totally different outfit. That was not the same event. Okay. So from what I heard, and I'm not sure if this is true, but they say on the Carlos King show, which I couldn't watch because I was being interrupted, was that Carlos said that Uncle Sam has some type of portion. He's like in a partnership with Martell on this. Now, I'm not sure that true that is, but that could have been why he was upset too. He's in a partnership with him, and he didn't acknowledge him at all. So the uncle was right. He didn't connect the wine to the grandmother. I mean, he was cussing. He wasn't ready.
He wasn't.
Yeah,
ready.
It was two different events. That's what I was saying too. Yeah, it was two different events.
Martell's wine doesn't have any price on it.
So Kelly made this, and I think it's hilarious. Uncle Sam was very, very upset.
Uncle Sam Holt has given a whole new meaning to Uncle Sam. Okay.
So I want to ask this question. People, if you were in Uncle Sam's situation, it's your mother. He's talking about the wine. He brings up all these people. He doesn't have a speech prepared. He doesn't acknowledge her really at all. Would you be upset, or would you just be like, this is his first time, give him some grace? We know Joy would give him grace. What about you, Kathy?
Well, it's not just me. Like, I've seen people go on the Grammys, and they were nominated, so they knew it was a possibility to get the Grammys, and they completely forget who they need to thank. Because even if they have prepared, they didn't necessarily have notes in their hands, and they just completely forgot.
So is that a bad mistake? Like, I mean, a Grammy is not your grandmother.
It's not the best mistake to make, but to me, it didn't require all of that emotion. It seems like there's something else, and the possibility of if him and the uncle are together, maybe that's the issue in that. I don't really know. It did his anger to the point of getting up and leaving didn't make sense. Because even if you felt like your mother should be acknowledged, that's somebody outside of you. It didn't make sense to me.
But the mother, his mom even said, I would have been upset too. I don't think she would have acted like Uncle Sam. But she said, well, you can't tell somebody how to act when it's about their mama.
That's it. Or
that's
I hear you.
That's what Mama Hope said.
I almost even understood. Maybe that's that the South really does have an effect on me. Mm-hmm. I say that all the time. When Martell whispered in his ear, man, we got to do this on national TV.
I didn't want to say that, but I
felt that. Because
let's talk about that.
It's that I would have never done that. Like, even if I felt you were the worst, the devil incarnated, I would not do that on national TV. That's the issue that I have. And I felt that. That's that southernness.
I agree with that.
Never left me.
But Martell was like, is that his name? Martell? It's too many Mars and M's. Mel, Martell. So Martell, but he was whispering in the mic.
Yeah, I know. Leave my brother alone.
I said, Martell, you were whispering in the freaking mic. It was hilarious. I enjoyed every minute of it. I shouldn't. Yeah, Joy does give Martell grace a lot. Joy, I think you stuck. Kelly, where you go? I think they gone. Anyway, so I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
I'm here. I'm sorry. That's a cute picture of Joy, though, right?
Let me order Martell's wine.
None of us.
Are any of you going to order it?
Honestly, I will order some because I want to taste it. I want to taste Dennis first. His is not available here anywhere for purchase in Kansas City
Really?
at all, or in Lee Summit. So I would have everything I want to taste is not available here. I would have to order it online. Martell says it's available, but there's you can't even put it into a bucket. You can't even see a price.
So is Martell just? So people are saying no.
I don't drink wine, but
I don't drink wine, so I don't think I would. Would you try the chocolate in the bottle? That's champagne.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it all. You know, why not?
Yeah. Okay. So next question, what I got? Do you all agree that Mel was the voice for him and that he needed her in this situation? Or at least Melnika should have gave him some cards.
But when Marcel brought that up, I thought, that's a really, really good point. I mean, here's something else showing that Martell was successful because he was helped by somebody else. In this case,
lady named
yet
Mel.
again, Melody. So yeah, I do think that, but I also think that he was tipsy, and had he not been, he probably would have been able to say more. So I don't really fault him for that, but I almost wish they would not have shown the history, how good Melody is talking, because it made him look worse to me. I'd rather not that I care about what he looks like, but my point being, at that event, it would have just been okay to me if he messed up a little bit, but maybe he'll do it better next time, but not he doesn't know what to do because Melody didn't do it for him. I didn't
So I don't know if you heard the question. I was asking everybody, do they think that he needed Melody to be there to talk for him because she was normally the voice for him?
So I just think he's used to it. Martell has to learn how to stand on his own and represent himself vocally.
I agree
to do that because I think, generally speaking, he's still working. You know what I'm saying? So people know that he's a hard worker, but he's just not a speaker.
And that's okay.
And that's right. That's okay. And it's but I will say this, since we're talking about it, when people want to say that she was everything to him, in that regard, she was covering. That's how, in her mind, that's how she was covering him.
She was
Joy. That's such a nice.
So she covered him on one thing.
Right, she covered him that way. I feel
like
okay that he's sleeping with somebody else, but in the face of our business, I'm gonna make him.
I'm gonna make sure you look good. And I feel like next time, Melnika, hopefully, and if I'm talking loud, y'all let me know. I'm still a little stuffy. I can't hear myself sometimes. But Melnika next time will have cue cards, because really all he needed was the index card with some points to speak.
Yeah.
And he needed not to be tipsy. So, maybe another conversation Melnika will have with him is when we're doing these business events, just like she didn't want them clowning like they did at the first Atlanta trip.
Did y'all notice how much
a certain way? He needs to, 13%. He needs to stay a certain way of sober so that he can do whatever it is they need to accomplish.
So did y'all hear that? I don't know if I want to say this stuff. Let me get my thing.
It was 16%. Or 15.8%. I
think it was 13.5.
Yeah, so I was.
That's still a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So you think he needs to move on from Melnika?
Yeah. Somebody. Okay. So this is. I'm not saying this. I'm letting other people say it.
You didn't want to admit
Did y'all hear that she was conning people too?
No, I've not heard that. I've not heard that. Nothing would surprise me though. It just sounds like, certain people on the show they have a certain history that.
But is that a bad thing to turn something manipulative or a bad trait of yours
into something good? I don't feel like you should get rid, especially if you have a friend and they're both building together and they're going to have learning curves. I don't think you should get rid of her.
Yeah. Well, maybe she should have somebody else as a part of the team.
He don't want a stylist. He never had a stylist.
He's his own stylist. What you talking about?
At the end of season 1,
he needs a stylist.
They did those outputs.
It
was so funny when they got to Martell. She was like, Mr. Hope styles, Mr. Hope.
And I don't think Martell dress is bad though. I think he does a good job. They might be too tight, But that don't mean
Well,
they're
nah,
not.
he didn't got a little bit more buff. That's why they fit and tight.
What?
I think he should give her another chance. I don't think he should let her go.
She making little bitty mistakes. I do wonder because remember all those misspellings
Yeah.
and stuff. And I'm wondering, is it because they're throwing things at her last minute? This could be a front. This could be a little hustle front for her.
And I feel like Martell is kind of doing too many things at once. I feel like he needs to focus maybe
more
on
consistent.
one or two things, get them done, and then focus on something else.
Because he has
you can do more than you can eat and chew it.
Joy loves him in them tight clothes. You leave him alone.
I mean, not Marlo.
We're
talking about Martell,
Leave him alone.
I heard about it. I didn't read about her. I did read about the. Do you think it was good for him to have Uncle Sam knowing the background of the two of them on the show?
Yeah, he's done his time.
Y'all just want to talk about this.
I'm not going to talk about it.
I ain't did it.
I just want to know, do y'all think it was smart of him to have him knowing that it was going to drum up this that everybody's putting out there about their alleged?
What?
I don't know if I have to say alleged.
You mean their criminal ring? But it's already out there.
Yeah.
It was. I just read it before.
Okay, let me tell this story. Let me tell you.
I knew you was going to do it.
I was there because y'all gonna play around.
She should know what he needs.
So,
that part right there. She's been around Martell for 30 years. She should know what he needs. That part right there.
Y'all think they was messing around?
No.
Moving on.
Well, he might have hit it just to hit it.
I'm sure he got it.
I don't think so. Like, okay, whatever.
But she's married, so we're not talking anything current, I wouldn't think. But
like when they were friends. Yeah. He hit it and quit it.
Oh, Lord. I forgot what I was talking about.
Okay, we're talking about Uncle Sam. Go ahead, Dr. Joy, pre-PhD.
Okay, so here's a story if you all didn't know. About, this was like in 2004, 2005. There was a robbery. These people were stealing an ATM. And one of the people, according to this article, was Uncle Sam. They also noted in the article that that they found a car. Two people were sitting in a car dressed in black. One of those, they didn't rob anything, but allegedly they tried to say that they may have been the pickup car.
Because there was a two-way walkie-talkie. They were communicating.
Two-way
they could have been playing like
tools. They wasn't specific.
Walkie-talkie.
Burglary.
I mean, you can have a walkie-talkie with your friends. You could be playing Pokemon Go or something.
Well, I guess you could have the G.I. Joe one.
Well, the most important thing, one of those two people that was sitting in the car was Martell.
Yeah, it's right there.
In the article. What the article doesn't say is, I don't know what happened to with all the other ones, but we know that Martell was in charge.
He said, "Okay,
he was arrested."
Article.
Now, okay,
but he wasn't charged.
I'm gonna take that down.
And he wasn't tried. We know that because he would go to school later. I mean, like a couple of years after that, and to become a teacher. And you can't have a felony and be a teacher. You can't be a felon. You can't, because they won't even allow you to do the first part of your licensing.
Who called off work? Hold on.
What?
He was the getaway driver. He called off from work.
Oh, that's right.
And he worked at the jail. Leave him alone. And he worked at the jail.
He did not work.
Yes, he did. He did too.
The uncle took the charge.
First of all, I'm only telling you what the article said.
Right. That's how we do it.
Was arrested off the actually the burglary. They was hiding in the sewer when they found them. And they found the car around the corner from the robbery where they had two people sitting in the car and they had on black and they had burglary tools in the car. But and we know that all of them was arrested and some were let go on bond. I can only tell you is that Martell wasn't charged. That's what we know.
Here's my question. I mean,
was he charged, but he just wasn't found guilty? Because if he was arrested and held on bond, does that not mean you were charged?
You were confusing. Here, I have a question though.
Okay.
I read that they were out on $100,000 bail.
Yeah, you want me to show it again?
So tell me, I don't know if anybody in the audience has been arrested. What happens? Do you have to give $100,000?
No, you do 10%.
Put your house up. You give 10% of that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then you get it back when you go to jail, whether you are guilty or innocent, or what? Do you get it back?
You can get it back if you are not found guilty, I believe. So she got 101. Deborah did for some reason, and then they got 100,000.
So if you're found guilty, you don't get it back.
No, I don't think that's right. I think that you get the bond is based off of whether or not you show up in court.
Why I needed to stream you. Look at Tori.
So they're gonna let you. The only way that they get to keep the money is if you don't show up in court.
For court.
Okay, if you do,
so if you're guilty, they get it back. You get it back.
Is that?
Yeah, you get it back.
10%.
Even if
you show up in court. Okay. Yeah.
I know it was 10%. See, I ain't got no criminal record.
That's my question.
I just watched Law and Order SVU, and so I feel like I know.
If you're guilty, you don't get the money back? You don't
I don't
know.
know.
You get the money back if you show up in court. It has nothing to do with whether or not
or innocence.
Your guilt. It's about, because usually you don't give up that money. Somebody else does. Somebody else got $10,000 and saying, I guarantee that they're going to show up in court.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm off the subject here, kind of, but it's just making me think. You remember the lottery girl that won $250 million or whatever? She worked at Walmart, and then her boyfriend was a criminal. He was a drug thief and everything. She spent $22 million to keep him out of jail.
Yeah.
Was that a bond that she got back? Because everybody,
you know what? Yes, I do remember that bond. Yeah.
So yeah, I think she got that back.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody, Ayana, what's her name? Miss Ayana on OWN, when she did her TV show with her, she said, at this point, you're gonna be broke in 5 years. You're giving $20 million to get this man out of jail.
That's crazy.
So that's what made me think they don't get it back. But okay.
So Tori said Martell was charged. We just don't know, but he couldn't have been found guilty because he was able to be a teacher.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
So maybe the uncle took the charge.
Did y'all remember watching? Y'all ain't even watch it. I sent y'all Martell's little documentary.
Yeah, I watched it. I ain't watch it, but you said it.
He doesn't necessarily tell you the details.
Right.
But he does talk about trouble that he got in, and he prayed to God that if you get me out of this trouble, he's gonna get his life together. And he got out of that trouble. That's all he said.
He got out
and he went back to school.
So do you think Uncle Sam feels like he owes him something since he maybe took this charge?
I don't know. I told you his anger didn't fit what I
thought. Something's not right.
It didn't make sense to me. And I didn't.
You didn't think it made sense either, Monty?
I didn't think that he should have left. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
But robbing a bank or being an accessory or even conspiracy is a felony. It's a felony. You can't have a felony and get a teacher's license.
Okay, we good.
Can you have an expunged felony?
You can get a felony while you're a teacher.
Right.
You can't already ask for it.
And he would have had it before. So will expungement show up? I think it depends on.
No, yeah, you can have things expunged. Like I know somebody who was actually a teacher that shoplifted in college. She had to get it expunged in order to get her, because it was like something you do when you're 20.
Maybe he got it expunged.
So this, Alabama has some.
No, they talking about you. You need to reread the laws. I don't know what laws you need to read, but read them.
Listen, y'all, Alabama has some crime families. We got the Scotts.
I'm a teacher. That's certain things. That's federal law, and we have to teachers in every state in this union got to apply for your test. One of the things that we have to do now is a fingerprint.
Yeah,
if you've been hired after like 2006, I was actually hired before. The only reason why I know the first time I got the first time I got my license in the 90s, I actually,
He was charged and found
feel like telling
guilty.
that story.
Martell?
Long story short, I had to start the process all over again.
How would y'all know he was found guilty? I need to see these documents.
He can't be found guilty. It would be a felony.
But he might have got expunged, is what people are saying.
You're not in no 3 years. No way.
What?
It was.
Why not?
How long did it take you to get yours expunged, Joy?
I didn't have anything on me to have it. I've never had a felony.
What about the party? You said you rigged the party or something?
That was like.
No, that was how the misdemeanor. Yeah.
But those aren't felonies.
Yeah, that's not felonies. Hey, AC.
That's you can't getting rid of a
Is expungement 5 years?
Huh?
I think expungement might be 5 years.
I don't know. But you can actually Google the teacher certification. You know exactly the date that he got his certification. It's posted. Alabama teacher certification search. You can look up both of them.
Oh, so Latoya is saying yes, you can do it within 3 years.
Oh no, it says some felons that can't be expunged is robbery, honey. Unless I'm reading Google wrong.
I have never. I think it possibly won. Well, I don't know if it was something.
We're gonna have to look this up.
20 and you 50, you might be able to. I don't even know, but you're right. I just can't see them expunging robbery in no 3 years.
I just read you couldn't, but I did a quick Google search.
I would know. That's why I was asking you criminals.
But Google can be wrong sometimes. Okay. So what was I saying? I done lost my thought. I did the Joy.
No, you can expunge a felon because I've known felons that had felons expunged. The process is just much longer. And I'm talking about 3 years from the actual felon to 3 years later. That doesn't usually happen.
He was an accessory, so he may be able to get expunged. Okay. So you were saying, Callie, that we are watching Law and Order Huntsville.
Or something. The crime families up in here, because you got Wanda Moore's family, who was the alleged shoplifting ring. Now we got the Holt family, who is the alleged ATM thieves.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there to know? But there's the show right there. We can get a new show just based on the crime.
Up that they bringing it out, because a lot of people have passed. They've done silly and things that you embarrassed about once you reach a certain age in life.
But when you on reality TV, it happens. I mean, I can go on that. I ain't really done nothing. But
so let me ask you: do you think there's any way that Carlos, when he talked to Melody and Martell about the show, and so let me think about it. Do you think he might have went and then did a background check and saw all the issues in the whole family and thought this might just work?
Oh yeah, he likes it.
He likes the crime parts.
All right, so let's get back to the show, because I didn't set an alarm. But we've been on for 30 minutes. We got 30 more. Alexa, set an alarm for 30 minutes. All right.
All right.
So anyway, let's go to Hush. All right.
Is there something else on here that happened?
So why did Martell go home? And nothing really. All I have is they all was going home. And Martell had on this suit. Does Martell just,
well, did you notice that the suit changed colors?
I thought it looked really good on him, too.
No, it was two different colors. That has to be a filming mistake. I didn't send you all that.
No.
Who suit?
It's a filming mistake. Martell was in the house, and as the guys were walking out, he had on a whole new different suit.
Oh my God, I didn't catch it. I think it was maybe the lighting, or it's iridescent or something, Joy.
Is that when Maurice said you're going to keep that on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might have been iridescent.
I don't think his outfit should really get no extra conversations.
Ooh.
They just be too little.
You done tried it. They be garanimal. What do you call it? The little kids stuff.
Garanimals?
Okay. All right. So let's get to the... What's his name? There's so many more. The Marceau and Tisha of it all. So did y'all notice they bed? Everybody was saying why they bed look like that. I didn't understand. I don't know what it looked like.
What it look like?
I think people were tripping off the fact that it looked common.
Well, okay. Yeah, they are common.
What's wrong with that?
Well, because people like to pretend to be more than they are, but They are common. That's one, that's one of the main reasons I like Nene Leakes in season one, because she said, "Look, I'm going over here hanging with these girls. They rich, honey. They left me fall behind. I ain't got that kind of money." Nene
I
said
love
that
that.
season one. Me too. But I'm thinking
Bethany
that's
was
the
like that
same
too.
thing
Do you
here.
remember?
Bethany said all I had in my account was $3,000. So I was
Yeah,
like, I would
Bethany
have
was like
done
that too.
anything. Yeah.
It's probably why people related to them so quickly.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
very true.
And I feel like Potomac was like that to a certain extent too.
Theirs was real life, though. I mean,
Yeah. Let
What
me
it
do you
see.
wasn't just
mean?
let me go on a reality show and get picked, because Bethany had
Girl,
did
I
a
know they
Martha
ain't saying
Stewart
Martell gonna
reality
get a
show
yeast infection. Y'all leave him alone.
with
His
them type.
pants been fitting this season. Leave him alone.
Well, I don't know. Have they?
And we did. I don't think she's pregnant. I think she stopped using that filter that slimmed her face,
Oh,
and
Ariane.
so people think she's pregnant.
And she had them braces on for a minute. I think it make her face look good.
Yeah, made her fade. All right, so March. Okay, let's talk about that conversation on the bed. Am I there yet? Do y'all feel like you should outsource sex?
Girl.
Um, what? Are we talking a married couple? I didn't listen to the
Yes.
You talking
conversation.
about that's what
He
that
said,
was
let me
the
just, I'm going
point
to read
that
the quote.
Marceau made.
If sex isn't important to you and not out, and okay, sex is not important to you and not important to me or one of us, either one of us, does
Mm-hmm.
it give the person that's not important to permission to outsource?
Oh, so he's trying to get around to, let's go ahead and I'm trying to think of a way to bring out my other alleged
What do
life.
y'all think about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely not.
Okay, so
I
what do
think
you think?
that I think that people get in marriages not understanding both ends of that spectrum. Like, to answer the question, absolutely not. But I think a lot of times you know what your mate, whether or not they're sexual beings or not,
Yeah.
you you can't ignore that on either end,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if it's your wife or if it's your husband. Because if you do, you gonna find yourself like folks we watching on TV.
But okay, but so I'm gonna take it from another extreme because I always gotta play devil's advocate with you, Jordan. Just because, even if I agree with you, I do it sometimes. Um, but say we get married, I
Mhm,
like sex, you like sex, but then you
mhm.
stop doing stuff to get me wet. You know what I'm saying? Like you stop
Dang.
what? Because it could dry up. I mean, I'm just okay. We gonna be real. I'm the real one on here. Like if I'm used to you taking me out, talking to me, wooing me, then all of a sudden you just stop doing that. I may not be as open to
And
doing
I
it.
understand that, but sometimes we have to treat the guy the way we want the guy to treat us. So I get it. As women, we want more romance.
Right.
And I get that. That is important to a lot of women where it's not that important to men. But when a woman decides, okay, well, let's say the back rub, for example, um, a back rub would be a good thing. Well, if that's something that you would enjoy, maybe you would have to give it to that guy, letting him know while you're giving him this massage how much you would love to be on the other end of that massage table.
Well, so communication is key.
It's everything. It's not just key. It's that you don't want to say it in a cliche kind of way, but it's everything. You have to be able to effectively communicate
Mm-hmm.
with one another. And effectively communicating does not mean screaming in the middle of an argument, saying stuff, crying, trying to explain yourself. Effectively communicating and saying, this is what I need. And then just in case you don't know, I'm gonna show you what I need. So then the next time you've been I've entertained all your senses, so to speak.
I
Have you look? Tiffany Whitlow says she don't know what more her husband needs because she gives him everything multiple times a week.
Yes, she says, and he's
so that's very
insatiable.
Both. First of all, they didn't get their story right. They didn't forgot what they what they were supposed to say, and they just decided to roll with it because I would have to have. I need some questions asked,
right?
And the questions that need to be asked is, in the course of a week, how many days?
How many times do you do it?
Let me be the judge of him being insatiable.
Well, she said that he just wants it back to back to back to back to back. He don't even look like he got that stamina. He don't even look like he got the stamina.
Back to back. Okay, we did this last Saturday.
But can I just be honest with y'all? When some of these guys say they need it back to back to back to back, swear to God, give it to them back to back. They can only last about a week. They cannot do it.
They can't. They don't have it.
I swear to God, y'all can talk.
Yeah,
like
he can do
and
it.
Y'all
back
cannot
front,
keep it up.
The back. So I just don't.
Y'all can't do it. It's like okay, you want it back to okay. Mm-hmm.
So, but I want to talk about this because Tori is right. He went into it saying that Lewis said he was in a sexless marriage. He didn't say that.
Who's he?
Marceau.
Oh.
He went to Tish and he was like, Lewis said they was in a sexless marriage, and that's not what he said. And then he was saying, then that's when he started talking about outsourcing. But I feel like this, if Tish would be like, well, I'm gonna outsource you, because you ain't giving me the satisfaction, he would have lost his mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like Marceau, but I think
why y'all sit up here saying that? That's exactly what I would have did. Well, can I outsource you?
Yeah, that's me
I would
too.
love somebody to be around to help me mop these floors.
I would love somebody to take me to Africa.
Out the closet.
She tried to say that. She said maybe you need to rub my back sometimes.
Yeah, and you could be funny. So he can look at me like I'm crazy. Like, did you really say that? Because I know she always looking up at him saying,
TV.
She look at him
like his wife.
She looked like she lost sometimes. It worries me the way she looks at him. Like he's talking a language that she don't comprehend.
I'm telling you, Marceau is entertaining us. I don't believe half the storylines they give us. I just don't.
You don't. So you don't think she?
I think they are just like I don't believe he went to Africa. I don't believe none of it.
That he has pictures, but that could be fake.
I don't believe
he had pictures in Africa.
I ain't seen one.
They on Instagram. Did you follow them on Instagram?
I do, and I actually went through his Instagram, but I didn't see nothing that even resembled Africa.
Really? I don't know. I don't follow them. Somebody had it in a group, and I just
unless he was in standing next to a tree or something.
When these some of the men out there that say they want more of that fellatio,
they can't handle that either.
Pull out your grapefruits. They'll be fine with it if it's coming from you.
I don't know if Tish has some out on the side.
Do you know about that,
Joy? Ever do that.
Joy, do you know about the grapefruit?
Yeah.
Yes. Who has not seen Girls Trip?
Was it on?
I heard they were supposed.
I didn't. I forgot it was on Girls Trip. I was talking about this lady that teaches that.
I saw the video. That's where she got it from.
Oh.
That's where she got it from. Mm-hmm.
Bring out that. What the mouth can't do, the grapefruit can. That's just a suggestion. What do I know?
Okay. It's a toy. I told y'all can buy a toy that would do this for y'all, but y'all don't want to hear about that. Y'all want to use a fruit that you need to be eating.
I saw that. I knew what toy you was talking about.
Yeah, there's a toy
that even know. It's a remote.
What's the name of it? That can do the.
You ain't even got to be in the same state.
Yeah, you don't have to be in the same room.
So
he can do it himself.
The candy thing.
No,
I didn't even think about that.
Right, he can do it himself.
Oh, God, the heck! All you need is a little remote.
Yeah, I own it. I'll get the name of it in a minute. Because I'm not really
exactly.
Big on that.
I mean, is it like a bracelet that clips?
It goes on top, isn't it? It's good. It worked.
Let me look.
It looked like a sleeve. Thank you, Sandy. I was trying to think of a clean way to say
like a skin, like a hand.
Yeah, and it's moist. It's great. Yeah. So, Callie, if you need to get that, we'll get
No,
it for
I
you.
just had never heard of that
We'll
before.
get it for you, Callie, so you don't have to do
Remote
those things at home.
control
Okay?
That thing is like $300-400.
But
Is that
it's
what
worth
it
it.
It's
It's
worth
worth
it. Oh my god!
I think I don't see
Heck
anything wrong
yeah.
with that.
I would buy. Look, we will put a payment plan after pay. Look, we getting.
She did
No,
not
you
say a
didn't
payment. I
have to
cannot.
pay.
I cannot. I can't.
Yeah.
90-day payment plan? No.
Look,
Do you know there are people in Congress that are lobbying to get those banks to get them closed down.
no,
What?
And they said that the biggest backer of that is the credit card company.
because they're not getting the interest.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, let's see
what's
where
funny is I didn't even know what it was until I heard them arguing about it. I was like, I've seen Afterpay. Where did I see that word from? And that's
After
how
what?
Afterpay.
they were arguing about it.
Martella probably have it. All of them have Afterpay.
So this thing is really a circle. Oh my God.
Look at you. You gonna get it, Callie?
Wow,
Okay.
it looks
Anyway.
like a bottle opener, because the end. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up.
All right. Mine don't look like a bottle opener. I need to see them.
It
All right.
don't look like a bottle like that. Is that?
So this Tish? No,
That ain't it. Oh,
that ain't it.
this
All
one's
right.
called the silicone. Oh,
Look at Joy.
Let's move on. Come on.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Somebody help me. So okay, so then they start talking about Tish goes sees our favorite guy. I don't know if I have a picture of him. I like him so.
Who?
What's his
No,
name?
it's cheap. It's cheap. Okay.
He's
Who,
a
what?
therapist. I don't know his real
Oh,
name.
he's so cute. I don't need.
I like him. So she goes to talk to him.
I love what he said to her.
And I really feel like she looked at him some of the ways that she looked at Marcel, like she doesn't comprehend. She could be, because
she comprehends.
I work in local government. We have someone who she's like, I can't process it now. I got to take it home, and then I'll make my decision. So maybe Tish is a processor. Because
I don't think it was processed. I mean, he was talking subliminally. I mean, he's literally saying you don't know what the dependency
right.
he has on, and you're talking like
that comment he made about the
regard?
planning. Do y'all remember that comment he made?
Yes, I want to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So he went.
But I'm
he
just
went to Tanzania.
Yeah,
When you go to Africa, I have a friend who married a guy in Africa. She going to see him now. Again, like he still lives there. I told her she should have done 90-day fiance, but anyway, it's too late.
She should have.
He
It
would
ain't
be
enough
here by
black
now.
people on there.
Yeah,
I
so
watch it. I watch it.
So, but you have to get like shots, and you have to get. I mean, like he had to plan this,
right?
For her to say that he's not a planner.
Yeah,
yeah. People mention that. Like, do you have to have shots to go to?
You
Tanzania?
do.
Tanzania.
You have to have shots and everything. Like
I wonder what would make him go there. Because I was trying to remember. Yeah. I know it has.
What made the doctor go there?
No, what makes him pick Tanzania?
Okay. Because that in my head.
Yeah, nobody goes there.
That's
because his side chick was with him.
Isn't it more Arabs there?
I don't know. So some people said she didn't understand what he was saying.
She didn't, but I bet when Marsal saw that part aired on the show, he was probably thinking, God, I hope she don't understand that.
She didn't understand it. So this is what she said. He had last minute behavior.
It wasn't that I didn't understand it. I wasn't sure what specifically he was trying not to say. That's what I didn't understand.
So let's look up the shot rules for Tanzania.
So I could see her being confused because because in my head, was he trying to say that she's dependent upon him? That's what I was saying, or no. What was he trying to say? What do you think
he was trying to say? Martin. Now I hope we're talking about the same topic. Marsal said it was a last minute trip. The doctor said it wasn't last minute. You need to plan months in advance to go over there because of everything that you need to do. And
he said last minute behavior is not the same as last minute thinking.
Planning.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm not. Y'all are talking to me as if I'm disagreeing.
No, I was just reading what he said.
He was talking in a subliminal way. I guarantee you that my point is, I don't think she would have ever got it because I'm not explicitly clear what he was talking about, because I
thought it was crystal clear. I thought it was Joy clear.
When he was saying that she's dependent upon, well, when
he's dependent upon her,
right?
Because she was like,
because she doesn't like confrontation.
This is why he said I couldn't go because I had to find a babysitter. Like her mama don't keep other two kids, and Miss Wanda wouldn't love to be there because I couldn't do this, because I couldn't do that. Like she made excuses for herself.
It was last
to make
minute.
It okay
I couldn't do that, and he's
for him not to take
it
her.
It wasn't last minute.
It was, and it's a lot of shots. I just looked it up, and it's a whole 1, 2.
So if I were her, when I'm
he had to get some shots, y'all.
In a quiet room and realize what he said, I'd be like, dang. I would just think that. Where's the private investigator? I mean, sometimes you just need to go in your own, move privately, and check it out. You ain't got to go tell everybody what you're doing.
Why do you think they brought up this Africa trip? Like, this was kind of like Drew and her husband to me. Like, why? Like Joy, you said it wasn't on Instagram. You couldn't tell.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't believe that he went to Africa. It seemed like he would have at least said when he went to Africa, they would have showed us like a still picture of him in front of a camel or something. I don't know.
Who would have showed that?
It just don't seem.
Maybe his side piece did not want to be seen.
That's what I'm saying. If he really went with somebody else, he's not going to have no pictures out there that don't need to be out there. He's not telling nobody his planning.
Him.
I said that. He's not going to have pictures out there of him doing something that he don't want people to know he's doing it or where he's at.
So you think she brought it to the show like he didn't want it?
Yes, smart. Yes, I think.
Oh yeah, she did say she wasn't confrontational. Do y'all think that?
Yeah, that's what I said. She wasn't confrontational, and he said he's banking on that. That's what I thought he was saying. Like, because
she's trying to be the good little wife.
Martell, he knows, well, she ain't gonna argue with me about it.
Right.
So I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tell her what I'm gonna do. What's she gonna say?
With her lying self.
But she don't like confrontation.
With her husband.
That's what I'm saying. What he was saying wasn't explicit, because you could go on too many different angles. Now, maybe he was trying to spare her feelings on camera. Maybe I don't know.
I thought he was so clear.
It was clear to us, but that's because we have common sense. Common sense ain't common. I didn't used to have it.
I guess I ain't got it. So I ain't got no common sense.
Oh, it's not common, Joy. It's not common.
What so it's okay. Exactly, Latoya. I just thought it was crystal clear. It was crystal clear. I was like,
it was very clear.
Yeah.
What he was trying to say to her. Now, he did say it in a way that was nice.
Yeah, he
did put a buffer on it.
And so that's good coming from him, the doctor. But
because he knows
he was nice.
He handle it.
But he knew what. Yeah.
I feel. Okay, because I feel like it's bad because if he did go to Africa without her, because this was a trip that he knew she wanted to do as a family, and for him to do it, if he did do it without them, but I feel was wrong. Now I don't know if it's true if it happened, but if it did, it was wrong. And I have a question for y'all. Would you just let your spouse or your mate go to Africa without you on a whim?
No.
Okay.
No. So is that why? What did Monique and him get into an argument about?
Monique, they went on a family trip to Africa.
Right.
So Tish got on there and was like, next time I want to go, take me. And then what's her name? Monique said, and we're not going to invite Marceau or something like that.
So in other words, Letitia, Monique is telling you he don't deserve to go because something else is going on. I don't know.
I just don't believe that happened.
I wanted to talk about.
I still ain't seen no pictures. I'm like, we talked about it twice,
though,
and he ain't posted them pictures.
Why would he? If he was there with somebody else? I mean,
somebody took a picture of Tisha's bare behind. I believe it was him. It was posted, but you wouldn't take a picture of yourself in Africa, in front of the elephant.
Taking the picture? Why would Marcel let pictures?
Do you think that they would lie about this though? I hope not.
I don't believe he went at all. You just think he went with a girl.
But why would he say he went what would be the purpose of saying you went to Africa?
A storyline
or something.
Okay. I guess
I
that's
don't
possible.
understand. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think they went at all.
And it doesn't make sense to you because
I ain't seen nobody goes to Africa and do not take a picture.
okay. But we are talking about Marsaw.
I mean, again,
He
he
didn't want her
posted
to
a
find
picture
out.
of his wife's bar behind, but you wouldn't show us a picture of us on where you were. First of all, I don't know why he went to Tanzania because what is over there?
I just Googled it and I couldn't find anything, but it's a beautiful country. It's beautiful. You've got
other
to
than
see
going
check
to a
the
safari
passport.
or something like.
go,
I don't
Simply.
understand why there was were the tickets cheap or something, and you decided to go that way because they had some cheap. They had a sale. I don't know.
Tisha probably don't even have an idea where the passports are kept.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all, I'm gonna show it to y'all.
But okay.
Tish always come for him, so she's a coverer.
Ooh.
And he never comes for
a
her
cover
for
him and for her feelings.
I thought it was wrong they threw their baby under the bus. I'm like, listen, Linda, don't bring the baby. Don't blame the children.
What did he say about
He said, I think I still have it, that the child put the lipstick in her
in the purse.
Yeah. Oh, well.
This is Tanzania. It looks pretty. Yeah, he went with somebody. You don't go there by yourself. That looks like a romantic
even
destination.
if it was a lipstick or a teddy bear, both of them are plausible.
But
for
Joy,
a child to do.
Let me see if I have it because
Tisha hasn't said anything. Wanda said it was a teddy bear.
And She said it
was a bear and the son had it and was playing with it. And Marceau said it wasn't a bear, it was lipstick.
Okay, let me read it. I got it.
And his son,
maybe it was.
Yeah, it wasn't a bear. It was $10 lip gloss that my son was playing with.
How does he know it's $10?
She took from him, thinking it was hers. Put it in the stroller after purchasing $125 worth of goods. It is what if you don't spend $125 in the store, and all you got was a lipstick on accident, you're not gonna get in this much trouble. This right here is a lie.
No. If you look on the charge on Tisha's thing, it tells you that it's under $200. Whatever it was.
Yeah, the lipstick by itself is under $200.
No. My point. No.
I'm just sitting here looking at Joy.
Girl. What are we talking about?
If you go into a store and buy $125 worth of stuff, and you accidentally got a $10 scarf, they ain't taking you to jail, Joy. They're not charging you because you purchased something. That's where the lie messed up. He said he purchased $125 worth of goods.
Oh, I don't know whose store you.
That makes no sense. Yeah. That's where he lied.
Oh, I think we arguing something different. I don't know who. Somebody ain't telling the truth because it's a big difference between a bird and I'm such a sinister. When I was watching her live, I was thinking, has she had that many thefts that you can't keep them out?
That's the question.
To be perfectly honest,
I don't think Joyce believes in what they're saying. I don't know. I'm gonna take up for you. I don't think she's believing them. Oh, my cousin went Ghana and had service. Marceau is a lie. Yeah, he said his phone didn't work.
That's because he didn't pay the services. There's some extra service. He didn't work on purpose.
There are extra services.
Whenever you go out the country, you used to have to do that. When you went to Mexico, have to call your telephone.
They got different power plugs and everything.
Yeah, they do. I actually bought one. Oh, anyway, international.
She placed the lipstick under the baby.
If you're gonna be using your phone a lot, it might be better for you to buy a burner. That might be.
So you're trying to say that he couldn't use any kind of phone to check in on his phone?
I don't know.
We not Marceau. We like you still.
That's why I don't believe this story. I just don't believe
Marceau. We gonna let you cheat in peace. If you cheat, we don't.
That's a pretty stupid
I can't
story.
believe a man would be that selfish.
Right.
I can't believe that because it don't make any sense. It don't make this.
But she said that she wants to do stuff as a family. He don't do it.
Marceau.
So I have a question. So the husbands go back and they kind of tell their wives what happened on the trip. Is that pillow talk?
Yeah.
Didn't Marceau say he didn't believe in pillow talk?
See.
But everybody knew they was gonna have to ask the questions after you going to Atlanta. Because if they had said any other place in the country, this wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But he
That's
said
true.
Atlanta. I mean, if he had said New Orleans, they wouldn't have thought nothing of it.
Yeah, I heard he went for a month, but we don't have evidence of him being there for a month. Now, when they go on this couples trip, hopefully more will come out because they are doing a couples trip, right? Like a retreat with that Dr. Francis.
I don't know. I heard him say it.
It's gonna be Tiff and Lou, Marceau and Tish, and Maurice and Kimmy. And so this is my thing, and I feel like production did this on purpose. That's why Martell went to Mel's thing, because they were like, we've got them doing stuff. Yeah, we need y'all to now do something else.
And you know that if they got different producers, producers, co-producers, you know that they're saying y'all gonna let them take over this show.
Yep, that's what happened.
You're probably right about that.
That's what I don't care, but no, because she even looks like Shakti's there, but or like uncomfortable. But I feel like they know it's something they have.
But I do, and I don't know if this is we'll say it's production or not, but I will say this: it was nice of him to do that. And to me, somebody got to be the adult in the room, and I'm glad.
Well, let me tell you why.
My imaginary baby brother. He was.
What room are we talking about?
What room? This is what had happened, Joy. He talked to who was he talking to? She don't answer my emails. She don't answer my calls. I don't get to talk to her. So to see her,
why are you whining about a legitimate gripe though?
But she don't want to film with him, Joy.
It ain't got nothing to do because she can't control herself.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. What am I missing right now? I
think that's smart. When she's around him and he's around her, they are
a volcano
that meets a hurricane.
She can't control herself.
They are. Have you heard the song "Love the Way You Lie" by Rihanna and Eminem? That's them.
Yeah,
she can't control herself.
Yeah, he can't either.
Well, clearly he's the one. He good. Child. He's good.
He can't either.
He good.
What's he good at?
What he good at, Joyce? Name one thing. Wearing tight suits.
What's he good at, Joyce?
Girl, Pee Wee Herman had far too much influence over these children.
What else is he good at, Joy? He's very charismatic because, and this is another thing I will give Ariana, even though I feel like, or Ariana, whatever, if he was able to fool Mel, who was a grown woman, and then I can understand her falling for it too. I mean, he's able to smooth talk these women into believing what he says. So people can't. I can't really be mad at her on some levels of it all. But
mad at who? What did I miss?
Coleslaw.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, he's charismatic. Sometimes you just hit a man and you just want to believe it. And he looks good in them pink pants. If what it looked like he got in them pants, they talk to you sometimes.
Were those Letitia's pink pants?
Let's talk about that. So Mel said Mel and Kimmy gets together. She said that Melnika tried to warn her. She was 22. And she said if my 22-year-old self knew what my 40-year-old self knows. And I said that last week too. I wouldn't have married him. So Joy, we was kind of both saying the same thing with as she was saying. Alexa, stop.
Could you please do my part? Are you doing Latoria's part?
What's your part, Lord?
She got to go for me about the confrontation when you allow us to come in.
Come on. Oh, hold on.
Come through.
I'm going to send this because we're about to get off in like 15 minutes, y'all. We're not going to go too long. We already an hour. Latoya, what's your part? You coming in? I don't know what she's talking about. So maybe somebody can help me. What do y'all think about Melnika being the wedding planner? And trying to warn her?
It was something for next.
Martell took the kids. Mel didn't look comfortable. These are my notes. Being in the room, production did it. Those were my notes. Mel said she was 22. I know it. She would have thought differently now at her age now. What do y'all? So, what were you gonna say, Joy? Somebody who wanted me to do something?
I thought we were talking about something else. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think nothing of it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have mentioned that. I
I
wouldn't have
want to say,
never like I wouldn't have told like your husband cheated on you and this
yeah.
girl tried to tell you and you married him anyway.
Well,
I wouldn't
yeah.
have,
Do y'all believe
it's
Melody?
just certain losers. I wanna lose all by myself. I don't want nobody to keep
Yeah.
on confirming it. You know what I'm saying? It's that was a I mean she did, she's
Oh, okay. She wanted to talk about Tish with the confrontation. So Tish said she wasn't confrontational, but she is. Latoya feels like she is.
Mm-hmm.
Just not with Marceau, but with other people.
and I'm the same way. I was thinking about that. Was that me and you going back with somebody on Facebook?
Wasn't
I
me.
will argue to the death over the stupidest thing, but I ain't gonna argue with my husband.
Yeah,
That just ain't my personality.
me either.
And I think my daughter, my big girl, gets it now. In her mind, she thought I was being weak. I was like, there were certain conversations I would never have in front of you all, and the only thing is that it was she felt like I didn't step up enough to say more things. But my whole thing is, oh, I'm gonna get you in the bag. I said, do you remember when your
Hmm.
daddy would just pop in and apologize you for stuff? She was like, yeah. I said, that's because I handled it in the bag.
Hmm.
That's very interesting.
That's how you supposed to do it. I'm
I'm
not
the same
gonna.
way. I don't argue in
He's
front of
just
people.
not gonna act the fool with Marceau with them cameras going.
Mm-mm.
I really do think she covers him. Like even if he says silly things, because y'all see her looking at him like he a god. Sometimes I think she's looking at him like, Negro, please.
No,
Like,
I don't believe
I,
that. I don't believe
I
that
just
right
don't
there.
think
Joy
he
don't believe that.
Joy,
as
you cannot believe
he
that.
been portrayed. I just
Because
don't.
it's only so many times. Because I can understand you making me look like a fool couple of times.
No, I agree with that, but
But
I
you're
think
not
a
gonna
lot of that's
continue
due to creative editing. But
to
yeah,
make
I
me look
agree
like
with
a
that.
fool.
Yeah,
Because
I
then I'm gonna
agree
blow
that
up.
he does things um at her expense, but in his mind, she brings it on herself because she brings too serious of an issue on TV. I think that was where he said, "Can you not ask me?" He didn't say stupid questions. I forgot what word he used. He didn't want her to ask her certain questions. In other words, if you playing silliness, I'm gonna
Hmm.
play silly with you.
Well, but I don't agree with that because, in my opinion, it's like you can't ask me a question if I feel it's disrespectful. If you feel it's disrespectful, but maybe it's something that I need to know just because it's disrespectful to you in your mind.
I get that, but okay. Here's an example. Do y'all
Got me.
remember? Traditionally speaking, sometimes when Tisha say, "Well, do you is it any truth to 20 girlfriends?" and is that really you? But when Tisha and Marceau where were they arguing or something? And she was like, "Is that you?" Is that was a where people are saying the back of this guy's head is he's in a hotel. I
Mm-hmm,
think his response to that was different than what he thought was silly questions.
Girl,
Like to him, the 20 girlfriends was silly questions.
no, you want to know what the difference is, Joy? There was photographic evidence.
But
That
okay.
part right there.
I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying they're saying this is the back of your head. He still responded to it differently because that wasn't a situation that was absolutely ridiculous.
But all he has to do is the one time, because that's all she wants. It's for him one time to deny it.
He did.
When?
When she got in the car.
No, I'm talking about the 20 girls. She wants him to one
Oh,
time.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
I
all
agree.
she
Oh
wants.
yeah. You're right. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying, I agree. I wish he would respond different. I'm also a lot of this is kind of intertwined in their real personality because Maurice does the same thing with Kimmy.
he does.
It's and he's an attorney, so he a wordsmith. That
He confuses that poor lady. I feel
he
so
So,
bad.
can I, before we get off here, are we going to get a chance to talk about Melody and the comments that people are saying Melody wants everybody to be divorced?
Oh yeah. Are people
oh
saying that?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Okay.
saying that because when Kimmy was talking about, um, do you? I think she asked him, "You don't feel some type of way about
Yeah. about your husband
him
going.
going on the trip with Martell. She said, yeah. She was like, oh, okay. You could tell she was about to go there. Well, go ahead.
Did she go into detail on why she felt that way? Why she was concerned? Is it just because she thought Maurice was going to do something, or just because she knew Maurice was going with a possible liar?
I think that Kimberly saw that sometimes these things that happen on the show grow online, and it becomes bigger than what it really needs to be. And saying you going on the trip to Atlanta would be opening up an already wound, you know what I'm saying, and it could grow into something worse. But you know what I find interesting though, when Melanie was talking to Kimmy about that, is that if you watch season 1 and almost all of season 2, Melanie was very consistent as saying that that Martell didn't start this behavior until he started hanging around the Scotts. Now she's effectively telling one of the Scott wives that Martell is so influential that he's now going to make your husband cheat.
Well, make them continue
continue to cheat.
I feel like it could be both ways because the wives did question. That's how she looked at Martell. But the wives still questioned as soon as they came out. Who you touched? Was it a caress? Was it a this? Was it a that?
Never have asked that.
So I feel like Mel's question, in my opinion, was valid because they were a little worried too because of who he was with.
But my thing is, I guess you gotta know this, but I'm like, if you okay with your man going to the strip club,
right?
I mean, as long as he ain't putting the tip in.
Have you seen P Valley? I mean, I'm gonna say this: if we gonna have to go together because
if you comfortable with that, I mean, what you expect? What you think happened there? Because my whole thing is, I just to show you the Capricorn in me, I wouldn't be worried about what was touched, caressed, whatever. You know what I would be worried about? How much money did you spend?
That's me, girl. We was watching P Valley, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna go, and I'm gonna give money." And I was like, "How much?" That was my question. How much? Wait a minute. You can't give them all my coins.
And did you bring me some wings back?
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
I just don't understand. I wouldn't even want to know the specifics because in my head, you went home with a bunch of men. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's a trust factor too. Like if you trust the person, I don't care. I really don't. You know what I mean? I mean, because I used to, like I told you, I used to love going to strip clubs. I just didn't want them to touch me. I'll look all day. I don't want them to touch me. I just don't. It's not. Kimmy didn't even know Martell at the housewarming because his drama. Didn't want him, at the housewarming. But sat there and said she wasn't concerned about Maurice going to Atlanta. I think because of that picture. Isn't that why she was upset?
Yeah.
Because of the picture.
Kimmy.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that. Kimmy was upset because of the linebacker conversation. It was insinuated that he was with a linebacker.
Okay.
That's really because it wasn't even about, and that's because, and it was crazy because he wasn't the one that he should have been targeting. But the reason that she targeted Maurice and not Marceau is because Marceau has only been nice to her. Because if you listen to the stuff that she does, Marceau was their go-between at some point. Yeah. So I don't know why she targeted Maurice in that interview, Ariane. That's what it's about. That's what Kimmy's really mad about.
So I'm gonna bring Sandy on, and then we are gonna be done. I'm gonna give Sandy. You got 3 to 5 minutes. Come on, Mama. What you got?
I just want to say that Marceau has a habit of drawing circles around his wife, and he doesn't allow her in. I mean, he says, "You're so disrespectful." people. He makes a laughing stock out of his wife, and she does not comprehend that yet. And she's no match for him, So,
He's just very clever. That boy got a
well, he's
he,
highly
he
intelligent.
has a quick tongue.
He
I
does.
I
He
mean
got,
he his reads or lie or her did I say that to you all?
Hmm.
More so yesterday.
Yeah, you said
Was
it.
it yesterday or today? Did I say that online?
I
Yeah,
don't
you might.
remember.
Mar somebody had posted somebody had posted a picture. Of course, Marcel and Tisha are now currently on vacation.
Yeah.
And somebody posted something, and Marcel answered, and then the person underneath them said, "Aren't you on vacation?" And Marcel said, they let you have your phone there."
But he didn't have it in Africa. That would have been my comeback. But did you have it in
Oh,
Africa?
that would have been a good one. But yeah, he has a quick
Mhm.
tongue. He's actually a really
brother,
good
he's
reader.
highly
The
intelligent.
episode last week, I laughed so much in Marcel. I watched that episode twice. It was that good to me. Marcel is really quick. He's like,
I like him.
Condescending and not clever, Dr. Childs. I agree.
Okay,
huh?
Marcel was the go-between for Martell's affair, but
Yeah.
Tish is screaming Melody is trying to ruin her marriage. But
She need to
but Tish
quit.
has nothing to do with that,
Yeah,
though.
Tisha has nothing. And I don't think Tisha didn't know that at the time. She actually found out about the affair from Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mel had said to her, "You might want to roll up on him." Okay, and
That was later. That
and
was years later. I'm talking about if you put together the stories that they had during first season,
mhm,
before the show even happened,
mhm,
Melanie and Tish were actually friends.
What?
right.
Melanie actually it confided in her and told him she was having an affair. Well, of course, Marcel knew, but they didn't know. Tisha didn't know. Of course, Marcel knew, but she didn't. If you listen to first season, the kind of conversations that they was having, she was asking questions to Marcel that we had read online.
Mhm.
So she thinks that Tish knew.
But my question
If
is,
if she did, he knew very little.
yeah.
Because
Now,
usually, if y'all believe Marceau was doing wrong, Marceau uh wouldn't tell on him because Virgil was
Martell?
12. Yeah, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're
now
not. It's
it's
just
supposed
like
to
you ain't gonna go home and tell your husband that your best running buddy is having an affair with
Yeah.
somebody else. It's gonna
Because
make
then
you
they be
look
like, you
bad.
can't hang
But
with him
you
no
ain't
her no
gonna
more
tell on. He wasn't gonna tell on Martell because he was gonna have to stop hanging around.
with them. Yeah.
I agree with that, but there comes a point that you have to take responsibility. You're supposed to have 2 degrees. Now, you hear all this stuff in the wind. Why didn't she hire a private investigator?
Who don't want to do, girl? I wouldn't
I'm
get.
not I don't want to
That
know.
would be girl. I would rather.
Girl,
What?
You know
You
what
mean
I'm
you would
saying?
hear all these
I would
allegations
want
and you
to
would
know.
not want to know? You wouldn't want to know.
I don't
I
think
mean, not to the point at what we're hearing here. I think that's
no.
if I got an endless amount of money and there's a situation and I want to know, I guess I would go out. With this stuff that we've been reading on the internet, everything that they have put forth has failed flat. Either Marceau is the luckiest man in the whole wide world as possible, or he just ain't cheated.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he could. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not cheating. But
Oh,
at
he
the same time, if I
definitely,
have stuff like
he's
this coming
just
at
as
me
slick
over and
as
over
paint,
again, I'm
okay?
hiring Doctor Go Find Out.
Well,
Hmm.
Doctor
yeah, I mean, I
Professor
feel
whoever.
like if there's some and I do feel like there's red flags here a little bit.
Absolutely.
Um, but I'm gonna be my own private investigator. I'm very good.
Hmm. Well, you can't
I
credit
mean,
Keisha
she
with
kind of
that.
sort
I
of
mean,
has. She
you see
followed him.
your way
She
out
got
of
in the car and
front
followed
door
him.
without asking, "Can I
Yeah.
leave
You
now?
got to be.
Can Can you take care of the children just today? Come on, give me a break."
You got to be real disciplined if you, like Monty, when you say you're going to go, you want to research and find out for yourself, follow him or whatever a detective would do. You got to be real calm and disciplined to do that. Because if I did that and followed and ran up on something, that's where the problem comes in at.
I'm going to have to bail you out of jail. You're going to need a bond.
Exactly. You remember that dentist rolled up on her husband at the hotel, ran him over with the Mercedes. Yeah,
that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, that was a show called Cheaters. Why didn't she contract with them? That would have been fun to watch.
I guess what I'm saying is she don't have to. In my opinion, if I'm watching a TV show and the stuff that I've seen that, and I think we probably know more than what Tisha knows. You know what I'm saying? I personally can't believe, well, whoever this other woman is. So apparently there is a name that Melanie keeps putting out there, but they keep bleeping her out.
Right.
And the thing was allegedly she didn't already sent a cease and desist to.
That's right.
To the show.
So they can't say her name. But that other woman actually said that they weren't having an affair. Did y'all see that?
Claim Marceau? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would not.
And it wasn't her hairdresser. She actually was working as her stylist or something.
Marceau is not just a prize that you would have to just claim.
But you would say that.
I wouldn't be like, I got your man. He's not. I wouldn't claim him. I felt bad for the girl they tried to say was with him because I was like, no.
But I'm just saying, he's either having an affair or he's not. The average woman that she a hooker, you gonna have some kind of feelings, wouldn't you, over time?
It depends on her status.
I mean, all the people you gonna cheat with, you gonna pick for. So
that's what I said. I wouldn't pick him. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I just don't think he's having an affair. I'm not saying he's not incapable of getting a woman. Yeah. I'm just saying that I just don't think he's having an affair.
Oh, please. You think Martell was having an affair either?
Well, she knew he was. She knew he
was.
He always is in defense of Martell. He can do no wrong.
Joy, they think you don't think he.
This is true. You know.
That's what I'm saying. No woman in their right mind.
You know.
Yeah.
Just when it comes to Martell, so when it comes to Joy, just know, give it up. Just say.
Yeah. It's true. But you know what?
I don't Joy alone.
It's just true though. I
agree with this too. No woman in their right mind is going to come forward after the ridiculed Martell side piece guy.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying they can call him the luckiest person in the world because people are. I think that it's huge in this book, in these groups, and it's not that big on the scale that you see these little chicken heads be excited about telling their business for fame.
Yeah. I hope he's not cheating. I think Marcel is so funny.
I don't think Tish can handle it.
Yeah, if he is cheating, share his NDA with these other boys. You know what I mean? Share the NDA.
Listen, okay, and he will find some sincere. He's a good actor.
That's why they ain't built their houses. He giving it to the side piece.
Yeah, of course, and undercover money on the down low. Supposedly has children out there. So, but you know, pays well. Okay. Speaking about children, I saw something online. I haven't gotten a chance to read it.
Male is to blame. Simply Beautiful said, if he's cheating, male is to blame. Child.
That's what people gonna say.
I'm sorry, Sandy. Go on.
I was getting ready to say that Ariana is supposed to be pregnant. I have to read the YouTube read it, but supposedly before we came on, it just flashed across the scene. So
is it rumored to be from somebody else's husband, or
we don't know?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it's supposed to be Martell.
Yeah. Okay? I don't think so.
Did you hear something about he was saying his sixth child or something? There was something in the dogs that's talked about.
Baby mama.
Yeah.
So apparently,
because he already has 5.
Right.
And he looked at the girl at the party
to the girl that was supposed to be playing as a girlfriend.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Joy?
I thought he was talking about the girl that they said was supposed to be playing his girlfriend.
Oh, that tall girl. Yeah.
She can't handle baby Knox, and
She
I'm not
really
gonna say
can.
anybody's
Did
parent.
y'all hear what they were saying about him?
But baby Knox beating up the people at the pool and stuff.
They said he fell in.
What?
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
He
I
fell
did
in
hear
several
that.
times, and
Yeah, they did say that they had. Yeah, in fact I think I sent that to y'all in the message thing.
you did.
Yeah, you did.
What?
I don't want to talk about her parents,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's why I said it.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see him fall in. I didn't hear no water splashing, but the person that posted that video, she got it from somebody who's 3 doors down from the pool that they were at, and that's how they got it on video.
I heard that. I didn't want to say it, but I did hear that he was on the spectrum.
She's gonna lose.
No, I didn't hear about that. No. They just
I
said
ain't
he
never
was down
heard
there.
that.
But I think it's because his
Yeah,
his developmentally delayed, people are saying too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's okay. I mean,
He only a year old.
I'm just saying what people say, Joy. I don't watch her videos. I don't know where they're getting this from.
yeah, no, I don't think it's. I don't know that it's anything
She
we should even go into with that little precious
seen
baby.
her post him.
Huh?
I think he's on the lives. We don't watch her lives.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be something if Martell has to wind up getting his son from her? Oh, that would be interesting.
I know somebody that happened to my old coworker, so I don't work with her anymore. Her husband cheated. The lady came with the son, dropped him off at the door.
Oh,
And they're raising him.
kidding me. Oh,
Well, did she know about the baby before the door?
She did. Yeah, it was between. Then she had a baby right after that too. But anyway, yeah.
Did she is the mother in the child's life?
No, not now.
Really? So she kind of just gave the baby away and kind of
gave
left it
her-
alone? I could never do that.
He's in therapy and stuff, but yeah.
Okay.
Dropped them off. She's raising them. They are family. Yeah.
wow.
You know what? That is a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tuck a lot of feelings away to be able.
And I'm gonna
do
say that
something
you
like
can tell that it's not her baby because the baby ain't mixed. I'm just gonna say that.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
It's a white baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's black. He's all the way black. She's white. Their kids are mixed.
Yeah, I got that. Okay.
Just that one with him. So
Mm-hmm.
she had one with a black man.
No, her husband is black. The girl he messed with is black. She's white. So her husband and her kids are mixed.
So
that
that one
that was dropped
baby.
off is black.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Because
he
his
doesn't
mom
look
and dad
like
is
the other
Oh, so it was with a I'm
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah.
So it was with a black girl. Girl, I
Yeah.
can't believe it. Took me. I feel. I
I told you common sense ain't common
I
today.
feel like
Joy.
Portia today. Look.
Common sense ain't common. You looked at me like Tish. Look at Marcel like. All right. Anything else, y'all?
Do you think that
What's
Mel
Love got to do?
have
Yes, that was a good scene. And what's Love got to do with
his
it?
entire script
What was the
instead
thing?
of waiting until he got out there to embarrass himself because he clearly didn't have the words to be able to make the speech? Okay, so
So
if
critical?
you spoke to
Yes.
his manager, I don't understand why she got everything set up to the T. That was the big part of it.
It
That
really wasn't.
encrypted from the
It
get.
was, girl. That was very
It
important.
was
That
a
would have
big
been
part. Joy.
because you move people with your words, and if
Of
you
course.
eloquently said this is for my, even though it's for Mel because she like red wine. But anyway, he could have lied and said this is for my grandmama. I'm doing it in her honor. Her name is Inez. I named it after her because she was the building like blah 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 blah, and just built it up. And you'd be like, you invested at this point. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
this. Why?
Of course, that would have been ample opportunity for him to give recognition to Sam and other people that he's thanking. But that was a missed opportunity. That was,
He can grow from it.
Joy, it's
was a
okay.
very
We
big
know that Martell's going, he'll get it together.
especially on TV. That was a very, because that could have been his
speech-
own ad, his own freaking ad. That could have been running in loops.
Well,
Exactly.
look, he's tipsy. So if that's what somebody wants to be, I guess it can still be.
Oh yeah, you want to be dumb drunk where you can't make a speech about your grandmama? Drink my red wine. Mm.
They
Y'all
can't.
are so mean. That's mean for no reason.
Personally, right, so
Look,
it,
for marketing, he needs to give consumer. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, Doc. You Joy Holt, Lord, that Joy.
I don't want him like that. That's
Joy Holt.
y'all keep
Okay,
saying
simply, you
that.
know it.
I actually
boy.
it's something familiar to with Martell with me. It's more brotherly than it is. Oh my girl, he's so fine.
Well,
I
can
mean,
you go get
he
your
ain't no
brother a
bad
whoop?
looking dude, but he don't make my whoop.
He needs a spanking. Will you whoop your brother? You might like it. No, don't do that.
No.
It's did anybody catch was there a wedding ring on Sam Holt's hand? Asking for a friend.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
See, I didn't either.
That
Well,
wasn't
you
his
see
wife
correction,
and him.
Was there
That wasn't
somebody
his
with him?
wife. He was with a woman.
He
Yeah.
was a woman, but I don't know if it's his wife or not. But
Oh,
he
he was
was
with a woman. Okay, no, I didn't
Because
even
I
see.
thought maybe she was a sister. Because
I didn't
when
even
they were
see
talking
her.
about, she didn't even acknowledge
Still
mama.
Joy Holt.
That's what he was talking to.
Mhm.
And
He's
I was
married,
thinking,
Callie. Your
I
brother
was
needs correction, Joy. They just want you to know.
he needs for help.
He's married, Callie.
Oh, okay, then. Mhm.
She
But
told
anyway,
me so it's
y'all.
still
Okay,
gonna
so it's
be Joy
1:30.
Mhm.
We about to get off of here. Any last words?
No.
When you coming back on and when and
Thursday, 5:30ish. We're gonna do Beverly Hills.
mm,
Do y'all watch that? I mean, because
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Let's do Beverly Hills and Girls Trip 2.
Okay, I can catch up. I can catch up to that.
Girls Trip 2 is
Okay.
actually really good.
it
So
is
y'all,
really
we're gonna
good.
do Beverly Hills and Ultimate Girls Trip 2.
Yeah.
If
Beverly
you
Hills won't take long. I'm just gonna say that Erica's innocent, and then we can move on.
if you haven't watched and you want a way to watch it, message me and I can tell you that. Okay.
It's so good. It's
All
so
right.
good.
So we're gonna piece it out. Follow us on all our social media, people. You should know it by now. We're on everything, even Clubhouse and all that stuff, Pinterest, whatever. We everywhere. Follow us. Oh, we look so cute in that picture. And y'all ready to piece it out?
Peace.
Peace.
see
Y'all
you.
have a good night. We had fun.
Bye.
Okay.
Did I end it? No.